If your business needs your approval for everything, you don't have a company. You have a job with overhead, and you can feel it because nothing moves unless you touch it. Deals wait, customers wait, your team waits. And here's the crazy part. Most founders call this leadership. They call it high standards. They call it being responsible. I'm going to call it what it is, a trap. Because approvals don't just steal your time at work, they steal your presence at home. Even when you're physically there, your brain is still on call. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install the fixes without losing any quality or control. Now, here's how you know you're stuck. Everything pauses until you respond. Your team is capable, but they keep asking, not because they're lazy, but because their system rewards escalation. The safe move is to push the decisions up to you so that everything becomes a question. So, should we do this? Can we refund that? Do you want me to say this? Is this okay? And you might not notice the cost because each one feels small, but the small approvals stacked all day long create a life where your attention is never yours. So here's a quick test. How many approval questions did you answer just yesterday? If it's more than, say, 10, you're in a trap. And if it's more than 10, it's not just a work issue, it's a presence issue, because every approval steals a little bit of your attention, and attention is the only thing that your family actually wants from you. Founders keep approving because it feels safe, it feels fast, and it feels like quality control. You tell yourself, if I just look at it real quick, we won't mess it up. But what you're really doing is teaching the company a rule. The rule is, we can't move without you. That rule scales one thing incredibly well, your stress. And if you create a business that can grow revenue, but that can't grow independently without you, this is where it gets personal. The approval trap doesn't just stay at work, it follows you home. You're at dinner, but your brain is waiting for the next message. You're at bedtime, but your nervous system is still scanning for risk. You're technically off, but you're not really free, and your family can feel it. They might never say it out loud, but they learn that work can reach you at any time that it wants to. That's not a business problem. That's a life problem. Approvals are not a system, they're dependency. And a system produces the result without requiring your constant presence. A dependency collapses when you're unavailable. So the goal isn't to stop caring. The goal is to protect quality without requiring you to be the human gatekeeper. Now here's the shift. You replace approvals with guardrails. Guardrails are simple rules that make decisions safe. They let your team move fast without guessing what you would do. Approvals slow everything down. Guardrails speed everything up. And guardrails are what give your brain back to you. Now here's the full install. Step 1, create an approval inventory. Step 2, create decision guardrails. And step 3, install an approval ladder. Step 4, replace approvals with audits. This is how you stop being the bottleneck without lowering the bar. Step 1 is the approval inventory. Set a timer for 10 minutes and write down every decision that keeps finding its way back to you. Pricing exceptions, refunds, hiring, vendor changes, marketing claims, discounts, scope creep, customer escalations, anything where the team hesitates and routes it back to you. The goal is not to capture everything. The goal is to expose the pattern. Now circle the top 10 because 10 approvals usually creates 80% of the interruptions. This matters because you won't need a complicated system to fix everything. You just need to clean the system up to fix what's actually stealing your presence. Step 2 is deciding what you're protecting. Almost every founder approval lives in one of 3 buckets: money, customer outcomes, and brand or risk. Founders hoard approvals because they're scared to get one of those damages. But we don't want to pretend that the fear is fake. We build rules that handle it. Under X, decide and log it. Over X, escalate. Money guardrails are the threshold under a certain amount. The owner decides and logs it. Over that amount, it escalates. This one change removes dozens of approvals every week because most approvals are small dollars that actually feel big emotionally, but they shouldn't require the founder's attention. Here are examples that you can steal. Refunds under a certain dollar amount can be approved if the specific conditions are true. Discounts up to a certain percentage can be used if a lead matches a certain profile. Expenses under a certain amount don't require approvals. Subscriptions under a certain amount can be canceled without asking. The exact numbers are really dependent on your business, but the point is the same. You're converting ask me into follow the rule. Now, customer guardrails. Most founders get pulled in because the rules are vague. Someone says the client's upset and suddenly it becomes your problem. So you define triggers and policies. What qualifies for escalation? What qualifies for a refund? What qualifies for an exception? When does the team offer a make good? When do they hold the line? When you define this, your team stops escalating emotions and they start following the structure. Now here's some examples. Escalate only if the outcome threatens cancellation, chargeback, or a public complaint. Offer a specific solution if the delivery is late by a certain number of days, or refund only if conditions A and B are true. Scope changes follow a written change order. This is how you prevent the founder from becoming the emotional support department. Now, brand and risk. This is where founders cling the hardest because the fear feels legitimate. So we keep it clean. You define what must change, what must be approved, legal issues, public statements, major partnerships, new offer claims, anything that can create real damage. Then you explicitly state everything else is pre-approved if you follow the rules. This is how the company stops treating every decision like a crisis. Shortcut that makes this work faster. Create a pre-approved menu, approve discounts, approve make goods, approve vendors, approve responses to common issues. When a situation happens, the team doesn't guess, they pick from the menu. This is how you protect quality and speed at the same time. Step 3 is the approval ladder. Level 1, the owner decides with guardrails. Level 2, the second in command handles exceptions. Level 3, you only get pulled in for true risk. This prevents the broken ladder that most founders have, where everything jumps straight to them. How we install a communication rule. No random pings. If someone wants to escalate, they must send a structured decision message. What happened? What have you tried? What decision do you need? By when? Why it matters? If they can't answer those, then it's not urgent. It's incomplete. This rule eliminates most interruptions because it forces true thinking before escalation. Now this part is huge. Replace approvals with audits. Instead of approving decisions in real time, you audit decisions afterwards. The team decides using guardrails and you review a small sample once per week. You're not lowering standards. You're moving standards to a smarter place where they don't interrupt your life. Audits protect quality better than approvals because you're coaching patterns, not reacting to pings. Here's the cadence. Once per week, 15 minutes. 5 review decisions that happened without you. Ask, did the guardrails work? Did we protect outcomes? Did we go too far or not far enough? Do we need a clear rule? Do we need better training? This is how your business gets smarter every week and you stop being the emergency solution. In the beginning, people will ask you out of habit. Now here's your phrase. What do the guardrails say? Then you stop, because if you answer away, you're going to train the company that the system is optional. The system only works if you protect it. Now let's call out the real trap. Being needed feels safe. It feels like control and it feels like importance. But the cost of being needed is that you can never fully leave, not mentally, not emotionally. And if you want your life back, you replace your constant involvement with structure. Guardrails fail when they're vague, when the exceptions are too big, when there's no ladder, when the founder answers anyway, and when there are no audits. The audit protects quality, the guardrails protect your time. You need both. Here's your proven 7-day plan. Day 1, approval inventory. Day 2, pick the top 10. Day 3, money guardrails. Day 4, customer guardrails. Day 5, define brand approvals. Day 6, install the ladder and the structure message. Day 7, run your first audit. Don't wait until it's perfect. Run it ugly. The act of running it trains the business. If you want a clean template for this, I put it inside of the free 3-step guide. Go to buybacktimeformula.com/3 steps. It'll be in the description as well, and grab it. You'll be able to implement this faster without overthinking it, because you can make more money, but you can't remake the moments that your family needs you fully there. In the next video, I'm going to show you the weekly meeting that keeps you out of the firefighting mode and keeps your calendar honest. It's the rhythm that turns these installs into your new normal. So I'll see you there. But for now, grab the 3 steps right now. Go to the website. It's in the description. And I'll see you on the next video.